This is the first time the show has let me sit down in 5 years. We got a great show for you tonight, including an interview with AOC. But there's a lot to talk about, so let's get into the headlines. It's a day in America, so we're talking about guns. This weekend was the National NRA Convention, also known as Cargo Pants Comic-Con, or the Westminster Stepdad Show. Now, people like to stereotype NRA members as gun-obsessed whack jobs who want to arm little babies. And the thing about stereotypes is sometimes they're spot on.
I've got 3 kids, 2 son-in-laws, and did you know that I'm also a grandmother? Not just once, but twice. Have 2 beautiful grandchildren. Little Miss Addie, who is almost 2, and Branch, who's just a few months old. Now, Addie, who, soon will need them, I want to reassure you, she already has a shotgun and she already has a rifle. And she's got a little pony named Sparkles, too, so the girl is set up.
Wow. That's the governor of South Dakota bragging about her 2-year-old granddaughter owning guns. Bold. When my kid was little, I was covering outlets, locking cabinets, and cutting grapes in half because they might be a choking hazard. Kristi Noem is like, here's a shotgun, you're on watch tonight, 6 separate Tyrannus. Look, I know liberals and conservatives don't agree on much, but can we agree that you should not own a gun if you don't know how to poop in a potty? Although it is adorable that she has a pony named Sparkles. In fact, if you'll excuse me for a second, I need to address Sparkles directly. Sparkles, this will not end well for you. These people are clearly insane. Run while you still can. There is no time for goodbyes. Go! Go, my friend, go! Look. To be clear, I'm not bringing up Kristi Noem just to make fun of her grandkids. I would never do that. They've got guns. I'm bringing up Kristi Noem because she gave us a great insight into what creates the worldview of an NRA member.
My dad taught us life lessons. He taught us common sense, and often those were taught during our hunting trips. For instance, I remember being only about 9 or 10 years old, and we had hunted all day, miles and miles from camp in the high country in the Bighorn Mountains, when my dad turned to me and he said, Kristi, hunt your way back to camp. I'm going to go around this ridge and I'll meet you there at dark. And he disappeared over the ridge. Now, to a 10-year-old girl, this was terrifying. And as strange noises came and darkness fell, I had to rely on my instincts and my horse to find my way back to our tent. Now, years later, Mom shared with me that my dad had followed me at a safe distance all the way back to camp to make sure that I got there safe. Now, before you get all warm and fuzzy on him, I also want to tell you that he made bear noises the whole time he was following me. Scratching trees and growling at me, so,
What an adorable story about alcoholism. Excuse me 1 second. Seriously, Sparkles, this family is nuts. Get out of there. Trust no one. 6 separate Tyrannus. Okay, but the real purpose of an NRA convention isn't to tell fun family stories of childhood abandonment. No. It's to explain why all the gun violence of the last year had nothing to do with guns. In the past, they blamed video games, rap music, and for a brief period in the 90s, the Rachel. It can be anything. Well, not anything. It can't be guns, but anything else. And this year was no different.
You want to do something, you can ban social media and kids under the age of 15 or 16 before you take guns away.
This is a mental health problem.
It's undiagnosed mental health.
The motivations of the trans activists. This is a cultural problem.
Bring back the family.
This is a spiritual problem.
The American media.
Genetically engineered cannabis.
Weed? Really? When I get high, the only thing I want to massacre is a bag of Funyuns. Now, if you're blaming gun violence on weed, you're not even trying anymore. These people are just name-checking things they don't understand on the news. It's weed. It's ChatGPT. It's Love is Blind, crashing Netflix. Is that a thing? Is that a thing? Is it a thing? Look, and this isn't just the NRA deflecting. They're stoking these fears. Fears of rampant crime, trans people, wokeness, mutant doobies. It's all coming to get you. And you know what happens when you combine a culture of fear and guns? You get the story that just came out of Kansas City, where a kid trying to pick up his siblings knocked on the wrong door and got shot and wounded by the homeowner. That kid wasn't shot by weed or social media. He was shot by a scared person with a gun. And this is the climate the NRA is stoking. They're the irresponsible, loudmouth, hiding in the woods, making bear noises, scratching on trees, so that you feel scared enough to go and get yourself a gun. But, you know what? It's my first night. Enough about gun violence. Let's move on to something more lighthearted. The corrosive rod of our judicial branch. Of course, I'm talking about Clarence Thomas, the Supreme Court Justice. Yeah, big fans, I can tell. You know him, he's the Supreme Court Justice who's taken more free vacations than all the Bravo housewives combined. Last week, we learned that Thomas had secretly accepted luxury trips from right-wing billionaire Harlan Crow. And that's his actual name, not his Game of Thrones cosplay character. And now, we're finding out that back in 2014, Harlan Crow bought a house and 2 vacant lots from Clarence Thomas for $130,000, which is outrageous. I'm shocked that in America, in my America, there are still places where you can buy a house and 2 vacant lots for $130,000. I'm mad about the corruption, but I have to admit, that's a steal. And on top of that, Clarence Thomas's mom is still living in that house rent-free. And Harlan Crow has paid for thousands of dollars of renovations, all of which Clarence Thomas should have disclosed by law. Although, in his defense, the law is complicated, and he's only a Supreme Court justice. For more on the legal nuances of this story, we turn to Supreme Court expert Ronny Chieng. Ronny. Ronny, where are you right now?
Where am I? Where do you think I am? I'm at Clarence Thomas's mom's house.
That's the house?
Well, technically, this is the pool house. I mean, they built it last week, but obviously they're going to do a gut reno because, I mean, it looks like shit.
That's insane, Ronny. These revelations about money flowing to a Supreme Court justice are, frankly, they're shocking.
Oh, really, Jordan? You're shocked? Are you shocked? Have your precious norms been violated? Oh, no, somebody help. Justice Thomas and Harlan Crow bent over and double-teamed Jordan Klepper's innocent principles.
Oh, Ronny, stop it. I'm a professional news person. I don't have principles.
Okay, all right. You know what's really shocking here is this billionaire is wasting so much money buying Clarence Thomas flights and houses and shit to vote conservative. Hey, newsflash, billionaire, Clarence Thomas is already conservative. All right? It's like bribing Nick Cannon to hit it raw. Yo, he was gonna do that anyway. Save your money. Jordan, you know who I do blame for this?
Harlan Crow's parents for giving him an evil villain name?
Yes, but no.
Sure.
I blame these dumbass, whiny, teacher's pet liberals. Hey, if Clarence Thomas can be bought, then why aren't you buying him? Huh? Instead, you give Beto O'Rourke like $1 billion to come in third in a student council election, right? Why don't you take that money and build Clarence Thomas's mom a new garage, a yoga room, and a helipool?
I think you mean a helipad.
No, I said helipool, okay? It's a pool for helicopters so you can land straight in the water instead of walking there like a peasant. Maybe abortion would still be legal if liberals bought a pool for Clarence Thomas's mom's helicopter, okay? Is that so crazy?
Yes, it is crazy, Ronny. You don't fix corruption with more corruption. What is the message you're sending when you let money influence decision-making?
Jordan, I will give you $1,000 if you agree with me right now.
No. I would never betray my integrity for $1,000. Maybe $5.
Okay, how about 3?
3? Deal. Yeah, Ronny Chieng is right, everyone.